what's the plan? I have no plans. I simply was just like, oh, I really don't want to sit on my computer right now. This fire is like really hot. I need to block it out. I know, I was like, okay, I simply just want to hang. Ow, cute crew neck. My mom got it for me for Christmas. Look. It's a bunch of ghosts reading books. Isn't that cute? Do you ever go on NoPixel? No, God, I want to go on GTRP and I've been meaning to, and then I just keep, like, I don't know. It's just so out of my comfort zone that I'm like, bruh. You could RP as like a bookstore owner or something like that? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what I am. I don't know who I am. I don't know who I'm supposed to be in real life and in GTRP. Are you reading Australian? We're just chilling. I was reading the Red Rising book series. I just finished Golden Sun and it was really good. I was like, devastated by it, but it's so good. I'm so impressed by the way that the author is able to have so much nuance between every character. Like, every character is so distinct, so much them. I don't know. I'm really impressed by it. Also, like, the character development is really incredible. If you guys are looking for a book to read, would recommend Red Rising. Do you ever pick at your toenails and smell it and it smells like cheese? No. Pick at your what are you picking? Wait, I'm pretty hygienic. It probably stemmed from my skin issues, but basically if I don't wear slippers around the house or socks, I will wash my feet before I go to bed. If I go to like a festival, I'm washing either my whole body or my feet before bed. Like, there's just something that, I don't know, and then so if John is spending the night in my room and he's walking around the house without slippers on, he has to wash his feet before getting into my bed. I don't know. Bro asks who you are and then proceeds to talk about his cheese feet. You're too high for this, Jody. I love you, girl. She's purring, dear. Oh, she stopped. Why'd you stop? Yeah, no, Mabel is a weirdo. Look at her. Wow, that was perfect timing, Mabel. That was for the camera, wasn't it? Okay. Both of my cats are a little funny. They're really like Genji's a wallflower. So if I imagine him at a party, he's a wallflower. He's like, he gets his drink and then he kind of just observes people. And then he sees like his one best friend enter the room and he's like, ah! And then everyone else is like, and then Mabel is, I don't know. Mabel to me is a freak. She's just a freak. You're just a little weirdo. Aww. How do you find out about new book series to read? It's either through chat, honestly, or Storygraph is one of my favorite things. I'd be stalking your Storygraph. Do you plan to make book reviews? I enjoy your book content so much. I don't know what I'll probably review the Red Rising series. But the thing is like, I feel like it's boring to review a book I love, you know? What is your favorite non-fiction book? I honestly cannot think of one. I don't know. I don't read nonfiction generally, unless it's like, I guess The Secret would be my favorite nonfiction book, but that's outdated as whatever. I'm trying to think. I read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and then I put that down because I was like, hell no, man. What? Jesus Christ. I don't know. Stunlock. I'm trying to think of like, what have I read? No, I mean, nothing really. Nah. I was gonna tweet the other day. I was gonna tweet, and my tweet was gonna be all men. Okay, hi. The world didn't want you to share what you're gonna tweet. Well, I'm gonna share anyways. Ready? This is my tweet, verbatim. Is all men should read smut and know how to style their hair. And I think that's based. And she was real for that. I really think that it's either you need to I think as a guy either needs to read smut or like truly indulge in rom-coms. Cause I feel like it's such a great depiction on how women want to be loved. It's like the cheat sheet that you get to bring into your calculus exam. You can learn lots. But rom-coms are not erotic. So when I say read smut, like it really be teaching you all to teach. So I'm just saying, read smut if you're 18 plus. Just saying. Can guys read smut? Guys can do anything they want. You can do anything that women can do. Anything. All right, what book am I reading? Ooh! I'm gonna give you two, and you can choose. One is longer. You could read A Shadow in the Ember, which is, I've heard about it. The fantasy is really good. There's dragons. It's sick. All the supporting characters are pretty interesting, and the smut is good. Okay, now, you could read that. That's your option number one. Option number two, mods. All of my mods, in order to be my mod, must read one smut book. I declare. It's called The Witch Collector. Now, I don't think that book is like really good. Huh? It's like the general. That one is a village, and the witch collector comes every year and collects a witch. Our main character, I think, cannot speak, if I remember correctly. So she is mute, and the year prior, the witch collector collected her sisters, and now she has a plan to murder the witch collector when he comes. I think the first book is whatever the second book is, and the third book, read the third book. I don't even think you need to read the first or second. It's from a completely different POV, and honestly, like, whatever, just like, you'll fill in the blanks. But that smut was good and shorter, I think, than this book. I got the first one free on my Kindle. Well, there you go. Wow, wait, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it. That's okay. It's completely fair if you don't like something. But if I was to give you, you know what, I'm giving you those too. The sheer happiness on your face when you realize we mods would try reading the books are a highlight of the stream. I'm actually pumped. I hope that you guys, well, I'm gonna be so sad when you guys come back and are like, did not like it. But even trying it makes me really happy. How would you say that you learned the most about yourself? Just through experiencing things, or did you actively search out information on how to further yourself? I actually just think like facing hard problems is where I grow the most. And I've made many mistakes throughout my years of streaming, and it is, you know, obviously broadcasted, but also I just like make mistakes within, like, I'm also like, all my friends are also my coworkers, and you learn a lot through that. So I learned much. What were mistakes in the streaming space? I want to respect all parties here, so I'm debating. I was new in the scene and being led by an individual who was like playing both sides, would tell me one thing and then tell another individual another thing. And so my influence and understanding of the streaming world was immediately skewed by someone who was basically a double agent. And then I think I also just didn't understand streaming etiquette. Like I didn't understand like sharing spotlight and such. Like I didn't understand that was like not something that everyone could play into when the content that we're currently making. And I hurt a lot of individuals along the way. But I also found a lot of individuals along the way. Just expedited the friendship process, really. How do you think that you've changed, matured because of streaming? Oh my God, I feel like I've matured and changed so much from streaming. Like, I actually feel like I've just become a better version of myself. I've become way more confident in myself. I think I also am so much more mindful and considerate. And not to say that I wasn't before. I think I absolutely have really always been, like it would, you know, but I've just been better at it. What else? Receiving hate online has actually made me more confident as an individual, which is kind of backwards. But I just really started to see the absurdity in some of the hate, like unwarranted hate, okay? Unwarranted hate and criticism and things like that. Like I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ. So I've just become more confident with myself, where I'm just like, that's absurd, but okay. I don't think anyone is happy 24/7. There was a saying or a quote that I read, and it was like, peace is just happiness in motion. Or sorry, happiness is peace in motion. And I've just been like, where is my peace? Where is my peace? How do I explain my thoughts? I feel like I'm very good at finding happiness and gratitude in what I have and like the little things around my life, that I don't know if I'm like genuinely moving towards the path that will make me overall happy. You know what I mean? You know, picking up and putting down? Are you happy in life right now? I don't know. It's like I can be. That's the thing is like I can actually like delusion myself into making myself happy. So then am I happy? Because I can actually just be like, oh, I'm feeling kind of bummed. But I can be like, but look at what you have, Jody. You have all these great friends. You have this great job, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm able to be like, nice, I am happy. Is there more to that than I don't know. We're most definitely not your peace. Okay, it's funny you say that because I was talking to John today about like my withdrawals and my deposits. And basically growing up, my mother always talks about my love bank. So I was listing out my deposits today, and I was like, okay, I put a couple of my deposits. I love streaming. I love like sitting down and talking with chat. That is a deposit. I love my friends. I love John. Like, and I listed all my deposits. So funny you say that you guys aren't my peace, but you actually are my deposit. But what brings me no joy from streaming is like being perceived. But they're kind of neck and neck. They are quite literally cannot stream without being perceived. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I love chatting with my community, but once it goes outside of my community, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. It's not very fun. You know what I mean? I have a really stupid first world problem to really complain about here, okay? So hear me out, okay? Listen with open arms and ears. I want to go outside. I'm happiest when I'm out, when I'm doing something. It could be anything. I could be going on a walk. I could be at a coffee shop. It does not matter. Okay, I need to go out. To go outside, I have to put on makeup. Why? Because my skin is Now, do you have to? Is that a law? It is not a law, but it is one of my greatest insecurities of my life. You know this about me. I've had terrible acne my whole life. It has controlled me for my whole life. So it's either I grow as a human and completely reframe this belief in myself that I do not need to have nice skin to go outside, but I can't. Now, I know you're thinking, Jody, you can do anything you want. No, I can't. Okay, this is my one, like if I, am 1v1ing like my grand final boss, this is it, okay? I think I can actually achieve and conquer anything, but this is my final boss. So it's very hard, okay? But I know maybe one day I'll get over that. I just want healthy skin, okay? And I feel like I've never had that. So then to go outside, which is what my main goal, I want to go outside, I have to put on makeup. And you know what? That takes effort. And I'm sick and tired of that. I don't want to have to cover up my acne. But then I feel so insecure that I cannot, because when somebody's looking at me, I'm like, you're looking at my acne. Even though they're not, because no one gives a you are the main character of your life. No one cares. I also don't even think I notice other people. Like if somebody was to talk to me, I don't even look at their acne. It's a me problem. I know, but I can't. I feel like social media is a disease, but it also is great. It connects so many people, but there's just so much bad with it. Like I used to love Twitter. So much, and now I go on the For You page and I'm like, holy this is so negative. I'm like, what? It feels like the early days of the internet. I don't know how to explain. Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, things are changing. I just have to change. I just have to not go on social media as much, which sucks because then I can't interact with my community as much, but I find so much enjoyment from that. Hi. Ring ring. Hello? Keep purring. Just so happy. No, I used to really like Twitter. I mean, I've been using Twitter since I was like 14, bro, which is its own problem, I know. But I will just be grateful. Sit in my gratitude. Oh, if I was to pick a fantasy world, where would I live? Okay, the first thing that comes to mind is I want to be an elf in Lord of the Rings. Or I would be like a fairy in like A Court of Thorns and Roses, just because it's really pretty. You kind of look like an elf from Lord of the Rings. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, and I'm gonna remember that till I die. Celine saw Lord of the Rings for the first time like 2 years ago, and she was texting me during the movie. We rented out a theater, and she was texting me during the movie, and she was like, oh my god, Arwen really reminds me of you. I was like, this is the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me, ever. And it's been 2 years and I haven't forgotten it, so imagine Arwen, me. I don't think that's true, but the fact that if I remind her, I'm in. I don't give a if that's true or not. I will believe in my delusion that is true. Love it. This is why Celine is better at flirting. She just knows. She just knows. Celine 2, John 0. Well, see, John doesn't have like flirty riz. We've already said that. He's just like, he's goofy and kind and funny. So, yeah. What is your love language? And is it different from John's? If so, how do you guys operate with that? We have definitely different love languages. Well, my love language is physical touch and Dude, okay, this is the thing where like, I love all of them. I want to be physically touched. I want to be affirmed. I want gifts. What do you mean I have to choose? And then John is affirmations and acts of service, kind of. And the way that we kind of operate around that is I basically cuddle up to him until he gives me physical touch. And then quality time is a little hard for him, but I just basically ask for it. I just wrote him a list today. We were talking. I was like, dude, I don't want to give you all the details, but basically we wrote each other lists of what do we want in our relationship? What do I want out of you? And then he took it and cheers to that. This is one of my favorite things to do is just watch them fight. Look at her little paws. Look at her. It's like the battle. Like, look at them just stare at each other. It's like I'm taking a photo, but they're just not moving. No, I love them. I like when they fight and play, I have so much fun. Wow, this is intense. There we go. Okay, I'm leaving now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really enjoyed this. Maybe we'll do this more often. I really, really, really like this. I like not being at my setup. Okay, bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye.